proudest thing ever. I never thought it'd happen because I kept getting rejected, and I signed pro. And being, saying you're a pro footballer is pretty cool, and it's
Yeah.
still pretty cool now that I go. I used to be a pro footballer.
When you were 18, you first put pen to paper. How good did it feel to think, I'm actually a professional footballer?
Well, yeah, I do tell a story about that. Is that the day I signed, I remember coming back from Burnley, and my mum and dad were obviously really pleased, and I was living at home. My brother was moved out. I think he got married. I think, and it was a case of right. I've got to tell everybody, but how do I tell everybody without it sounding like? So I ended up found myself over the next couple of weeks wandering around and ended up talking to people and going. And the second question, I go, "Hi, what you up to? What do you do for a living?" It's like a random question at the start of some sort of sentence. What do you do for a living? And they go, I work in an office, or whatever they did. And I'll go, oh, right. And then they go, oh, why? What do you do? And then as soon as he said, but oh, I'm a professional footballer. And the words, I can hear myself smiling about how I used to ask people all the time about, because I was, it was the proudest thing ever. I never thought it'd happen because I kept getting rejected, and I signed pro. And being, saying you're a pro footballer is pretty cool, and it's
Yeah.
still pretty cool now that I go. I used to be a pro footballer, and so I don't think I'll ever get too big in my own boots to go, yeah, who I am and all that lot. I grew up with a lot of my dad was quite tough on me with certain aspects of discipline, etc., and manners, and my mum. And it got to the stage where you don't lose that sort of humbleness. And every single day I went into training at any club I was at, I gave it absolutely everything I had, whether I was at Chester, whether I was at Stoke, whether I was at Burnley, because I knew that I was one of the chosen few that could play football for a living. And then at the end of the week, somebody pays you. I mean, how mad is that?
Yeah.
To do what you would have done for nothing. Somebody pays you a load of money. It's like, so I used to thank my lucky stars every single day, and it's a bit cliche to say, but I think it's what drove me from day one to the last day in 2002 at Highbury when I retired. I remember thinking, wow, this is the last day, and I've done all that stuff and training and work, and I see am I. And it wasn't, you'd think you get used to it after. I mean, I played 619 games for Arsenal, but that last one, the 619th, was the same as the first. I felt the same.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. And I mean, you talk about how amazing you felt, signing your first pro contract, saying you're a professional football player. But what was it like when you signed for Arsenal? Like knowing, wait, hold on, this is Arsenal. I'm a player at Arsenal now. Like, is it any different, or is it the same?
No, yeah, it was a lot different because I was proud to sign my first contract, and I thought, yes, now I'm going to show the world what I can do.
Yeah.
When I signed for Arsenal, I thought, oh my God, what am I doing here? I'm so out of my depth.
Yeah.
There was a definite feeling of, if somebody had said to me when I walked in the dressing room that first day of training, which was on a Tuesday, and it was a little bit similar to the weather we got now. It's a load of snow here, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah. If somebody had said, right, you don't have to train, let's forget all about it, and you can go back to Stoke and go home, I literally would have snapped the hand off because I was so scared. I was walked in the dressing room, and David O'Leary come walking towards me, sort of in his shorts, putting his kit on, ready for training.
Yeah.
I walked in with my boots in my hand, and David O'Leary went, "Hello, Lee. Welcome aboard." And then David Rocastle goes, "Hi, Tony Adams was over there, and John Lukic was there." And it was like I was like that. Oh my God! I just wanted to shrink, shrivel, and go and dig in a hole and hide. I thought, all these people, all these players are so good, and I'm going to get absolutely hammered in training. They're going to go, what have we signed here? Well, that was my feeling, and the reality of it was that I needed to work hard. I needed to learn a lot from George Graham, but I was in the right place at the right time, and I was ready. I was an open book from a teaching point of view. I just wanted to learn, and George was great for me because he was very disciplined. You know, he gave me really clear instruction about what I needed to do, how to defend. Because he said these first words to me when I came was, "You're not bad going forward, but you can't defend to save your life." And I was like, "It's a good point, yeah."
That's
And he
quite
said,
ironic
"So."
looking at the end.
Well, it was all his doing. You know, I have to say, all his teachings and forging that relationship with the other three of them, and the goalkeeper, obviously. Then the back four became, you know, iconic in that keeping the ball out the net ability it had. But it didn't start off like that. It was the exact opposite. You know,
Yeah.
it was a hard road, but one I wouldn't have swapped for the world.